Good afternoon and happy Sunday. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It's Sunday, all right. It looks like we made it on one last time. It's Sunday. I'm Coach Kenya. And if you new, drop a one in the comment. Let me get to know you. Ooh, ooh. I'm Coach King Share Elliott, and let me tell you, after losing over 479 pounds naturally, the struggle is real, and so is the fear that comes along with such accomplishment and such failure. Pretty, how are you? So, with that being said, I like to share this opportunity of looking at fear over faith in our wellness journeys. So, my name is Coach Kenya, and approximately 10 years ago, I found myself on my deathbed, not fighting, actually fighting to die. So I was actually ready to die. I had fell victim to that overeating thing. I couldn't seem to break it. I had all types of medical issues that were being stemmed by the way I was eating and living, but I couldn't stop it. And so unfortunately, I was only given 30 days to live. And as a result, I almost ate myself to death. In 10 months, I gained over 389 pounds, consuming thousands and thousands in excess to about 50 to 70,000 calories a day, sometimes hundreds. The beast that lived inside of me that dealt with food through pain was really highly activated at one point in my life. And let me go and hit record on the other one. I realized I wasn't recording the other one. Let me get that. Welcome in. At one point in my life, I was eating approximately, I don't know, between 100,000 calories to 120,000. And the reason why I know that, because the things I would consume in the morning was about 20,000 calories before breakfast. Yeah, yeah, right. Because I was consuming whole packs of everything. Okay. So if I eat a whole pack of bacon, okay, and the bacon says that per serving size, let's say it's 750 grams of salt, one serving, okay, and I eat a whole entire pack, and there's 8 servings in the pack. I had 8 times 750. We do understand that. Okay, long as we understand that. So when I became aware of what I was doing, I couldn't stop it. And then I got into fear because I would hear things like addiction and addict. And I know what it's like to be addicted to illicit substances. So the last thing I wanted to do was be addicted to something. But my truth was that I not only was I addicted, but I had no way out of this thing without some type of help and strenuous deep diving within myself to figure out why I was eating, what feeling I was eating for, because I definitely wasn't eating to fuel my body anymore. And when I became more aware that, I was able to break the bondages of myself that were preventing me from living a healthy lifestyle and from seeing that I was the reason that I was that way. And because I had to do some accepting of my circumstances as well as take fault for some of my situations, it also helped me become more responsible, have self-discipline and self-control. Unfortunately, because of the stigma that comes with obesity, many of us typically tend to claim and lay our weight gain on our health, our autoimmune diseases. And yes, in fact, they do contribute to cause increased appetite, a slow metabolism, issues with your hormone. But that's not the only thing, because a person with hormone issues that never eats a morsel of food wouldn't be overweight. So we can't necessarily say that our PCOS, our endometriosis, our thyroidism is why we can't lose weight, because none of those diseases are picking up the food and making you eat it. And none of those diseases are making you starve yourself and eat one meal a day and eat 1,000 calories. Some of us are eating 5,000 calories in one meal and wondering why we're not losing weight. And it's because you're waiting all day. You're starving your body all day to consume one meal, but you're not realizing in that one meal, you're consuming so much food that the body is forced into fight or flight because it's too overwhelmed by the amount of food you're eating in one sitting. The body was not made to break down that much food at one time, but yet we continue to compulsively, obsessively overeat, forcing our body to have symptoms, swelling, and all kinds of nature. You start having issues with your skin, your hair, your nails, your teeth, your vision. But you don't know that, because remember, we're focused on saying it's our endometriosis, our PCOS, right? But PCOS never made you eat a bag of chips or a tataki. Yeah, Picos never went to the store, went through the drive-through and got you nobody's combo meal. Okay, but what it will do is cause your emotions to be irregulated, and if in fact you don't have coping skills and you eat, you're an emotional eater. Yes, you will be eating, so you will think it's your Picos, but what's happening is your emotions are familiar with eating to feel better. So the minute your emotions are off from your hormone imbalance, you're going to consume food to calm it down. It's not the Picos, all right? The initiator might be it, but the follow through is you. And that's where we have to get self control and self discipline, right? It means we have to do the things so that the hormones aren't irregulated, right? If we're sitting around drinking Coke Zeros and eating sunflower seeds and chewing ice all day, we're not doing things that are really beneficial for someone who lives with that particular diagnosis. And so we have to be willing to do the steps for the diagnosis is one that we have, and two, then we have to accept responsibility for the roles that we may play in getting that food from the table to your mouth. We have to accept responsibility that nobody's mouth has ever jumped off their face. Nobody. Nowhere never. Nowhere never did anyone's mouth jump off their face, consume food, and jump back on your face. So this is why it's important to understand self-control. Because without understanding what role you play in your eating, you will never be able to fully break free because that person will always be lurking to seek soothing through chewing. Because chewing also can become a very addictive and self-soothing nature, just like sucking a bottle of pacifier baby, etc., etc. Okay. And today on I Rise Sunday, one of the things I wanted to definitely point out and that we talked about this today in church is that gentleness. A lot of us are so rough and hard on ourselves when we can't seem to accomplish or do something, but we're gentle with everyone else. And while my pastor was talking, I thought, you know what? He's talking about us being gentle with others, but we lack gentleness with ourselves. We lack validity given to ourselves. We lack consistency given to ourselves. We lack follow through given to ourselves. So it's hard for some people to be gentle with others because they've never felt gentleness for themselves. They've never demonstrated those emotions to themselves. So how is it that one may not be able to receive gentleness as much as one may not be able to give gentleness if they don't even know what that is, right? If you grew up in an environment where it's always harsh, hurry up, scream and holler, then you're probably going to deliver that same energy. So you won't even know that you do that. And so what happens is that we lack grace and gentleness for ourselves. Hello, Justin. How are you? Is it just hey Shan? Is it just being Shan? I think it's just being Shan. Hey, oh, I think it's is that no, it might not be her. I thought that was my friend Jermaine. She has a makeup company that starts with those letters, so it's not her. But hi, welcome in. So as I was saying, sometimes we're shooting ourselves in the foot because we're not seeing how really intricate and in depth this journey truly is. I would love for it to be just get skinny and you get free. But unfortunately, if you've battled with obesity for any extended period of time, what I'm here to tell you is somewhere along the way, your emotional setup has connected itself to seeing food as a self soothing situation for you. It sees food as a way for you to heal, feel, and deal. And if you are not aware of that, you will have surgery after surgery. You will have every injection you could think of. You will be under every weight loss meal plan program in the world until you begin to deal with your mental health. Mhm. You have to call out the feeling that makes you chew. You have to call it out, figure out how it gets there, and do the work. You can't just show up to the building and expect the key to the building. You got to be willing to go maybe in the back door of the building to work your way to the front door because everything ain't what it seems, right? Right. This is why you have hundreds of women who have weight loss surgery, or hundreds of women. Listen, you have hundreds of women that lose hundreds of pounds, like myself, and then we gain it all back. And we'll tell you it's because we stopped following our program or we stopped following our plan. But what happened was we can't outbeat our brain. See, we took and put a whole bunch of systems in place. We was calorie counting and running to the gym. But see, what none of those behaviors account for is when your man leave you. You found out your husband's cheating, your kid passed away, somebody died, you get in a car wreck, you lose your job. See, none of those things account for real life happening. You see, so what ends up happening is life begins to happen on your journey. And you got to decide if you're going to let life do you or you going to do life. And many of us get all our weight off, and then life happens. And before you know it, we're 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 pounds heavier. And you'll say, I don't know how it happened. The same way we ignored that emotion when we lost that 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 pounds is the same way that emotion came back raging like a bull, because we never fully addressed the fact of why we were eating. We were so focused on how small can get, how skinny can I get, but we never sat down and said, what is the very reason why I ever picked up a morsel of food and saw it as a soother and saw it as an answer and saw it as a solution? We have to go that deep into your journey. Oh, I'm down 180 pounds, but are you down 180 pounds in your mind? Many of you are losing weight in your body, and your mind is the part that's obese. You're looking for something in your eyes, but you're forgetting if your brain is not included in this transformation, in this transition, your thoughts are going to drive you crazy, because your body is not going to look like you think it does. You're going to end up with this. There's a name for it. We're going to go into the name for it. The next thing is going to happen is those voices in your head that you thought the surgery or the injection can take away, they're going to creep back up. And you need to be prepared for them. There are things you can do when they come up, but you got to be willing to put in the work to get there. You got to be willing to do the work. You got to be willing to journal, meditate, pray, surrender. I did not say count calories, run to the gym. I didn't say none of that. I said meditate, journal, pray, surrender. Meditate, journal, pray, surrender. Are you hearing me? I need you to hear me. Like, hear me. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we're skipping this part, babies. We're skipping the part where we invite our mindset along the journey that our body is on. With this microwave weight loss process that we want, we have to remember that our brain is not going to change like the microwave. So we have to be in it for the long haul. So today's first advice for I Rise Sunday and our daily reading is this: stop saying when I get there. As soon as I get down to 250, I'm going to be good. Good at what? Good at what? Good at what? Oh, if I just lose 71, I know at 140 I'm going to be perfect. Perfect for what? Because you said you started the journey to get healthy, right? That's what you said. You said, I'm getting this yeah, right. I'm going to get this surgery because it's going to make my quality of life better. Then why would you get down to a number and stop being healthy? Think about what you're saying. What you're setting in the atmosphere is when I reach 170 or 160 or whatever, that I don't need to work to be healthy anymore. Why? How you going to maintain it? Huh? Hello? Huh? Breaker, one. Anybody home? Let me ring the doorbell. Is anybody home? Huh? No, see, nobody's home. Because I need you to get that concept. Why would you, if you're on a wellness journey and you had pre-diabetes, heart attack, strokes, and you want to be healthy, why would you set your mind to say, when I get to 150, I'm done? Done what? You couldn't be done getting healthy because you got to do that for the rest of your life. You couldn't be done watching what you eat and watching what you drink, watching what you put in your body, because you got to do that forever. So what I don't understand is how we can make such statement unless we believe that upon reaching some state, we don't have to do nothing else. Unless we have created a delulu is what I like to call it. So all of us have a delulu land we on our way to, where we believe we can do all this effort and work for 2-3 years, and then as soon as we get to 150, we don't gotta what, go to the gym no more, watch our calories, stop, watch our sugar, watch our salt. No, you do. If you choose to restrict to lose weight, you have to keep restricting to keep the weight off. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's why we talk about sustainability emotionally. Anyone can follow a consistent system over and over and over after a certain period of time, but the mindset is where we put the extra work in to break the bondages, to address chewing, to address compulsive obsessive thinking, to address grooming. We talk about these things because these are how we get in drive-throughs, sitting up in the bed eating bags of chips. We've done had your surgery and we eating so much popcorn when you're not even supposed to have popcorn because of the kernels. See, that's the thing I'm talking about. We want to sneak and eat and do things we shouldn't be doing, and then wonder why we not losing the weight, because you're doing the very thing the procedure says don't do. But oh, I'm different. But you're not different, because in 5 years you're gonna say, I don't understand why I gained the weight back. And I'm gonna be able to say, I do. This is not a situation where you wake up on Monday, okay, you reach a goal, and then on Tuesday you don't do anything to keep the goal. That's not how wellness works, guys. You keep showing up every day for the rest of your life. Upon reaching your quality of life that you are satisfied with, babies, that is where you keep grinding it out. Don't quit on yourself. Yeah, you're gonna have grief. Yep, somebody's gonna die that you love. Somebody's gonna get sick. You might lose a job. You might lose a man. You might lose a car. You might lose things that matter to you. You might lose things that define you. But that's when you dig deeper. You don't give up. Many of us say we love God, we trust God, we lean on God, we this and that and the third, but we don't give our weight loss to Him. What is that about? Hmm. Oh my gosh, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. Have you surrendered? Hmm. What, you think God can't handle weight? You don't think He can handle weight? He's a fixer of all things. He's a fixer of all things. The question is, are you willing to surrender it? That's the real question. He's a fixer of all things. Are you willing to truly surrender yourself to and let God work a thing in you? If you know that you have issues with chewing, if you know you have constant food noise, if you know you have body dysmorphia, if you know you binge and purge, these are things that your Father in heaven, along with psychiatric and mental health, can set you free from. You can create a lifestyle of sustainability and coping skills so that you can fully be broken from the bondage of eating, chewing, and the life and culture of obesity. You can be free. It's so much more than the scale. It's so much more than just getting smaller. Person after person would tell you, oh no, when I lost the weight, I was in for a huge shocking. Because we live in a culture that says get healthy, and when you do, they criticize that. So that's why you have to show up on this journey for you and with your God, and not be concerned on the outside, because if you get caught up with what they talking about, you won't stay stuck. You won't stay stuck on your journey no matter the what. You can't get caught up on what they think about your journey, how you look, how you feel. You can't. Because if you do, that means you're doing it for them, not for you. I done been said, many of things have been said about me. I done been called a man. I've been called, said my journeys. I've heard all kinds of things. But you know what? I was never showing up for them anyway, so it don't bother me. I'm showing up for me. See, after passing away 9 times and being resuscitated, my love, where my heart actually stopped and somebody had to get on me and bring it back. See, I have a whole different mentality about this thing. Not only am I not worried about what you think about me, I'm praying for you so that whatever you think about me, you can take that energy and think about yourself. Because many of y'all so focused on everybody else that you ain't thinking about yourself. So I'm praying that you will learn that you need to think about yourself. Because see, I'm over here doing my thing. You see what I'm saying? 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 I'm over here doing my thing. So the last thing you should be doing is pressed about me. I need you to be pressed about you. I need you to be so pressed about your journey that you pressed about your situation, that what's going on in my situation is irrelevant to you. I need you to be so pressed. Quit meddling so much. See, many of y'all meddle too much. That's why y'all can't seem to stay focused on your own journey. Y'all meddle too much. Y'all so worried about everybody else's situation and circumstances, and your entire life is blown up. Your entire life is a hot mess, trash can, garbage on fire, in the pit of hell mess. And you worried about Johnny, Jack, and Betty. Oh, I don't know what so-and-so's going to do. Worry about your own stuff so you can get it together. Don't you know that worrying about other people is a distraction? Don't you know that worrying about other people is a distraction? If God frees you from worrying about yourself, why would He tell you to go worry about the next person? Worry is not good in any situation. Ain't that it's written somewhere? Follow what I'm saying. Why? If you say, "Oh, I'm not going to worry about it. I know God got it." Then why would you not let it go for the other person though? If you know God got you, wouldn't God have them too? That's the same God you serving. Make it make sense. See, sometimes we talking in circles, sounding absolutely insane and don't even realize it. Oh, well, I'm just so worried about my so and so. Why? You just told me you praying to God and you just blessed and highly favored. Think about it. Just think about it. Just really think about the things that you are manifesting out of your mouth related to your own journey, related to your own life, and related to the people that you serve, people you love, people you care about. And what you will quickly see is that there is a weird diabolical layout of how you think, what you say, and what you do. They don't match. Oh, I'm a woman of God. I'm a woman of faith. I'm a woman of this. But you sitting around stressed out crying about something that ain't even came to fruition when you creating crisis is to worry about. Well, I'm just worried that I'm not going to be able to, but has it happened yet? And then for many of us, it doesn't ever happen. But yet we build enough stress up and enough worry up that it leads us to eating, snacking, or emotionally relapsing. But then it never happens, baby. It never happens. Welcome in, Love Jones. Welcome in, Miss White. Hi, Lady Faith. Hi, Anastasia. Welcome in, you guys. So good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I'm so glad you guys are here. As you know, this is iRise Sunday where we do our little 15-minute talk before. And today's topic is gentleness with self and self-awareness. And do you have it? Right? Like I know people that can give whole advice to everybody else. I mean, they give good advice, even to me. But the advice they giving me, they need for themselves. Why wouldn't they take that advice? Why? We don't think that's some kind of like something. Ain't that some kind of like something? The best thing, thank you, Miss White. Thank you. Hi, Tanya. The best thing I done for myself, guys, to tell you the truth, was I start taking my own advice. If I was slacking on something and I would tell somebody else, oh, you got to get up, you got to push yourself through, I push myself through. If I'm getting tired, if I'm getting tired and worn out and I'm getting stressed and I feel like I'm not sleeping well, I feel like I'm at my edge, guess what I do? I lay my butt down because I tell y'all to lay down. Yeah, this is how I function. If I tell you guys, okay, the situation that you're talking about, we can't change it much. We've already come up with a solution. You got 7 minutes. Take them 7 minutes. Fall out, cry out, lay out. But after them 7 minutes, I want you to pull it together. Guess what I do? The same thing. Sometimes I'll be on live and I'll be crying. I'll be processing something and I'll say, okay, my 7 minutes are up. Let's get into action. Because if we don't place a boundary on the pity and victimization that comes with struggle, strife, and hardship in our lives, then we'll become victimized in everything we do. We'll become victimized in everything people say and every way they look. We'll think everybody's thinking about us and talking about us and they don't really care about you. But because you sick in the brain, you think they are. It's like being slightly paranoid. Many of us say, well, I don't want people to say, baby, you're paranoid for no reason. No one cares about you that much. And if they do, you should run from them. Well, I'm not, I don't want to do it because I don't want nobody to just to be jealous of me. Well, honey, give them something to be jealous of. You worried about somebody being jealous about a dream you ain't even manifested yet. Make it make sense. Like and share. Oh, Miss White, thank you. I don't think I've ever had a live liked and shared. Miss White, thank you. Do I follow you, beautiful? I don't even know how to do that on here. I'm a pin the comment. I know how to do that at least. So all I'm sharing today is this is about gentleness for you. I'm not harping at you for you to go do something for me. I'm talking about you doing it for you. You doing it for you. You've heard it over and over and over, but this is slightly different. I'm not just talking about you showing up for yourself, doing for yourself. I'm talking about you, the willingness, the love that you have for others, putting that on yourself. The willingness and love, putting that, listen to the word I use, the willingness and love and putting that on yourself. Being willing to do the extra mile for you. The same tenacity and energy you have to please somebody else, I'm destined to connect with you. Yes, Miss White, destined. Okay, let's do it. I just tried to I pinned your comment. I'm gonna give you my text line. I want you to text my company text line 480. Miss White, it must be for a time like this. We actually are gifting 2 round trip tickets, airline tickets, and a hotel stay for 2 nights to my next 10 12-week program enrollments. Every year I try to add a bonus to the ladies that start with me and work with me. Every year I do this. And so my brand partners have reached out and offered us an me, just me, not us, well, my team offered me an opportunity to be able to gift my current enrollments the gift of two round trip airline tickets to a city near you and a 2 night hotel stay through a free travel voucher, which is backed by my brand partner in our company. We are offering this to people who start my 12-week program. Now, let me tell you really quick about this program. The program is a little bit more than 12 weeks, so please know that your commitment needs to be at least 6 months, because even though you're coming in for 12 weeks, I give my clients between 6 and 12 months to work their program. Why do I do that? Because we're dealing with mindset, mental health, and a therapeutic based program that virtually meets 4 days a week. So we are an intensive outpatient therapeutic weight loss wellness center. We were founded in 2019. I've been doing this. I'm not really a social media creator. That's why you don't see a lot of my stuff, because I'm actually not a content creator. A lot of people get that mixed up. But I have a fully functioning standing coaching firm that I've been working. Okay, my number, let me put it on there, that I've been working in for, if you follow me for a while, you've known and seen clients and everything give it's 480-418-1811. And what you can do is, if you text that number, I'm ready, Coach Kenya, what I'll do is I'll see it and I'll know to put your name on that list and work you down the list. I do have a list of names with 4 names on there already. The first the travel vouchers that they've gifted us, I do have a limited amount because it's particularly for women who will be working with me for an extended period of time. My program is not a microwave program, so it's not where you run in. You're not going to get a spreadsheet of just some listings of saying eat this many calories at this time. I actually put in the energy, my team and I, and try to provide you with a fully colored, documented ebook. Now, my menus, meal plans, and workout program books are actually between 200 and 500 pages. This is why they're not in hard copy anymore. Because we update these consistently and regularly with the information and science that happens in weight loss for surgeries and injections, these items are kept digital. If you want to print them out, we make that an option for you, for yourself to print them, or you can order an individual copy through me, but it is kind of costly. Okay, got you, Miss White. It is kind of costly because that means the book would be the size of a college book, because the biggest one of my best-selling programs is actually 401 pages. This is why. This document is going to contain every and almost any possible thing you can think of related to weight loss and wellness. I like to keep you informed and educated. We call it the blueprint and the secret diary to weight loss. And what I've done is I've gone through and created you every basis in the space of wellness that you would need support in, and put it in the form of a document. So not only do you hear me talk about it several days a week when you're in class, but now you have a reference book. It's kind of like your textbook to better health and wellness as it relates to obesity. But because I also work with smaller clients, I also have other things in there that are beneficial for you. If you're on an injection, we provide you with some feedback to help you lessen your symptoms, because you're going to have some. If you're a post-op surgery patient, guess what? We guide you on how to start training yourself on the small mini meals. Many people are pre-op and they eat restrictively, but you actually want to learn how to eat out the gate. So before the procedure, you already know when you get to solids, how to break those meals down, and you're not struggling with that same urge to have fast foods and things like that. So we actually work with your mindset. That's the problem. Okay, anyway, the other thing I provide in there, which is one of my favorite parts, is you're going to get our weight loss meditation program. It's a fully 5 to 7 week based daily weight loss meditation with audios, guided meditation, and actual definitions of the meaning of breath work, tapping, humming, and all the different forms of mental activities that really help calm and soothe the body for those of us who struggle with emotional overeating, food noise, because it's a compulsive BDD and things like that. Okay. So essentially what you're getting is a therapeutic basis that you can reference to forever. You see, you'll always have this reference. You can always go back to this thing and say, let me look this up. In the top box of your member portal, just like a medical doctor's office, you could simply search, you know what, I need to know anti-inflammatory stuff. You go to that search box, type in anti-inflammatory, and the entire documentation and all the listing about anti-inflammatory foods, activities, things that you can do. Say you struggling with you need a detox. Type in detox. Every page in there that contains something related to detox is going to come up. Say you're searching for a recipe and you want only meat based. You can say meat and it'll pull up everyone that has meat. So this thing has been mindset is where it's at and how it starts. Oh my gosh, Miss White. Listen, y'all, I cannot impress this upon you enough. The video is getting a little bit longer. I like to keep it, but that's okay because we're getting good talk. We're gonna stay because I did promise you guys that we were gonna start getting back to where we talked a little more. I offered a little more education in the lives so you can feel a little more sustained and a little more solid. I'm not gonna stay on long because we're going to an event tonight, as you guys can see. And don't forget, we still have those bands on sale for our summer launch. So I have on my African attire. It's nice and long. It's real long. Let me see. I don't know about, well, you guys aren't going to be able to see it on the one, but if you can see it, here you go. So, I want to get into our reading now. So all I was saying was that we agreed last week that on our lives we will start doing a little bit more because I'm doing my recording on one, but on the live, I wanted to kind of bring you, a little bit more chatting, give you a little more information so that you can feel sustained and a little more informed. Okay. I wanted you to feel like you were getting more than just the reading. So today I wanted to talk about that gentleness. Thank you so much, sis. I wanted to talk about that self-love, and everybody mentions self-love, but you remember that Coach King is speaking of in a different reference. I'm not just talking about you going to get your hair, your nails done and setting boundaries. I'm talking about in the dark when no, dang, yeah, I didn't see you. I didn't see you. I didn't see you guys. Hi, sis. I'm talking about in the dark when no one is around. I'm talking about that voice that's talking to you. I'm talking about working on that voice that tells you things about yourself that aren't true. I'm talking about that feeling when someone makes you feel abandoned and left out, how it causes you to close in and become depressed, but you have to push through it because you can't show your real feelings. I'm talking about all of that. That's where I want to go to work. Catch me outside on that. Because anybody can teach you how to go to the gym. Anybody can teach you how to throw a kettlebell. Anybody can teach you how to squat. Anybody can teach you how to run on a treadmill. Anybody can teach you that. I can do that. I do that. I can tell you how to manipulate your food and walk around looking. I can do that. But if I fail you if I do not give you an opportunity to work on your mindset. I fail you if I don't give you a safe space to process and understand even the weight loss journey you've been on over the years. If you don't get permission to accept, show up, build, bond, release, and break down the things that have even happened to some of us on our weight loss journeys, then it will just come back. So today I urge you to consider you. Consider you priority. Consider you relevant. Consider you worthy. Consider you first. But if nothing else, do it with gentleness. Do it with patience, and do it with love. 3 things I like to say on I Rise Sundays to help you with mindset. 1, watch emotions connected to thoughts that are familiar. If you are someone that has experienced a lot of loss and abandonment, Miss White, you are so welcome. Thank you so much, Queen. I can't wait to connect. If you are someone who has dealt with feelings of loneliness and abandonment, if you are not careful when you're in spaces and people do certain things, it will trigger that sensation in you and it will make you want to chew on things. I'm telling you my truth. If you are someone, put you first, amen, yeah, all the way. I'm talking about out front. If you are someone who's seen a lot of trauma, when people get real worked up and they feel like they're coming for you, it'll put you on guard and make you attack people. So they'll call you the clapback queen, or they'll call you sassy and give you nicknames. That's not pretty. That's you through pain. That's not you. That's you through pain. Okay? And I talk about these things because we don't even realize that they're happening. Did you know that when a person has so many traumatic incidents back after back after back after back, and they don't have time to properly process it, that trauma is actually a cap is put on it. And over the years, what happens is the cap begins to slip off of those traumas. And you may be living a fully functioning life and begin to feel like something's wrong. You begin to feel out of place, misplaced, or unfocused. You begin to feel like a shoe's about to drop, like something big is wrong. And it's all a sense of unsettlement inside of yourself. These things are real. Okay, today's reading. It is written, David Komalapi, 3065. It is written, peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Principle. Peace of mind and heart is a gift from God. Ask and you'll receive. Prayer. O Lord God, I ask and receive the gift of peace of mind and heart in Jesus' name. Peace of God, rule my life in Jesus' name. O Lord God, I ask and receive the gift of peace. One of the hardest things about wait is finding peace while you're on the journey when you don't see any results. This is why that gentleness, remember, everything I talk about here has a cycle, is related, not a cycle, but it's something's related to something related to something. Remember, we talked about gentleness, right? When you have no peace about something, it is difficult to rest easy. But in weight loss, you must have a peace of mind or seeking those results. That immediate gratification will have you out in these streets, turn your body up doing things you have no business doing to yourself that you can never repair. That is why we must seek peace under all, and even in our weight loss. Some of us will seek peace with sickness. We'll seek peace with our terminal illness. We'll seek peace with our husband. We'll seek peace with our kids, but we won't seek peace with our health. Okay, yeah, okay, let me. David Komalafi. I'm gonna get on off for y'all. I'm going to eat food with my family. Miss White. Miss White, I just seen your message come up, beautiful. Don't you worry. I have a concert for my niece to go to if it's not too late. What I'm going to do is text you first. As I said, I do have those 15 vouchers. I do offer payment plans for our program. As I stated, the way we're set up, it is a 6-month commitment. It is not just a transformation boot camp. You're not going to just get workouts. You actually are asked to commit to the program and to yourself for at minimum 6 months. We give you a leeway of how you come to class. Some people add one-on-one to it. Some people don't. Either way, we provide you with an absolutely professionally based, well laid out supportive program. Not only do I show up and cook with you, work out with you, meditate with you, but I go through this journey directly with you, my team and I. Many of you have met some of my team on the back end, and they are just as excited for you to reach your goals as I am. If you've known any of my clients, you know that some of the ladies have been with me as long as 9 years since I first started. They are still a part of the iRise community. It is a good place. It is a safe place. We don't compare. We don't focus on the scale. We focus on mindset. So instead of us weighing our bodies, we weigh our thoughts. So if our thoughts are weighing in heavy, that means we need to get to work. Okay. So our next book that we read, because food is a relationship. See, some of y'all don't want to accept that food is a relationship and that your relationship with food might be possibly codependent. Follow me. I'm about to drop them nuggets. Y'all know how I do it before I get off. So if you are starting to really struggle with the thoughts, the obsessive, if you're somebody that's noticed something strange about you and food, take a deeper dive, because food is a relationship and many of us have a codependent relationship on food. So because we are aware that this may be our possibility, we read Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart each day to reset our thinking and look at the diabolical relationship we've created with chewing, consuming, seeking, and ingesting food. Okay, we are on a pathway to real freedom. We don't want no more of this slip the slide, go to the side type situation. We want something that's solidified. We want something that's going to lock in and give us a better way of thinking and a better way of living. May 18th, Melly Beattie says, love all of yourself. Love all of yourself. Do more than just accept yourself. Tolerate yourself. Put up with yourself. Endure who you are. Love yourself. Oh, powerful. There came a time in my life when I simply could no longer put up with putting up with myself. I had talked about self love. I had said it out loud and that I love myself. The words were good, but they didn't ring true. I had to actually begin experiencing and practicing love for myself. It became the next step on my path to live in a magical way, one in which you connect with the universe. Loving yourself isn't optional, it comes first. To hear the quiet voice of your heart so you know where you're being led, to hear your thoughts so you can know what you really believe, to trust and open your heart, you must first experience love for yourself. Wow, I opened this thing up talking about love, talking about gentleness, talking about self-care. I did not pre-read this. This is all God aligning it. So if you're in one of these lives tonight, this is clearly for you. It goes on to say the following. Have you abandoned yourself? Let yourself see if that's true. Feel if that's true. Then learn to experience love for yourself. Learn to love the way you handle things. Ooh. Journey, it's Melanie Beattie, Journey from the Heart, baby. Melanie Beattie, Journey from the Heart. Melanie Beattie, Beattie, Journey from the Heart. I do have, if you go to my profile, I have a sheet on my LinkedIn bio that gives you these books here. I think I've updated it. If not, if you message me, I can get them to you. She goes on to say, I'm going to hurry up and read this part before I run out of a few minutes. She goes on to say, have you abandoned yourself? Let yourself see if it's true. Feel that if that's true, then learn to experience love for yourself. Learn to love the way you handle things. Love your unique way of learning, growing and seeing things. Love where you've been. Love what you've done. Love where you are and what you're doing now. Love how you look, smell, and feel. Love the color of your eyes, the color of your hair, and the radiance of in your heart. Love how you laugh. Love how you cry. Love your mistakes and love all the good you've done. Love it all. Love all of you. Wow. Step into love for yourself, and the universe will reflect that love back to you. Wow. Wow. I don't even know. Like I totally just I don't even know if the video I'm gonna be able to record it on my normal uh page because I it's the video ended up being 30 minutes long, you guys, and I apologize, but on Sundays I like to share an opening topic to get your thoughts going to help you process this information that sometimes may be baffling and cunning. Sometimes we don't even know that we aren't validating ourselves because we get in the everyday cycle of trying to show up for what somebody else thinks it should be. Listen to what I just said. We get in the rigmarole, the cycle of showing up the way we think everyone else thinks it should be. But sometimes it's about just showing up authentically as who you are so that people can learn to validate you and your authenticity, you and your pain, you and your sun, and you and your rain. We should not have to hide our struggles from those that say they love us and support us if they are support. We should be able to authentically show up, work our way through our situations and get to the other side of it without feeling like we have to go through a secret war. You understand what I'm saying? So today I invite you to not just be gentle with yourself, but to know that, hold on y'all, something's in this eye of mine. Sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry, babies. Um, I think I got it. I don't know. I'll get it when I get done. But that distracted me, so I apologize about that. I was just saying that it's important that we not just recognize others, but we recognize ourselves. One of the hardest thing, and I'll leave you with this tip about me. One of the hardest things that I had to learn is that there was no special prize if I sacrificed myself for others to my deathbed. The prize that you get for sacrificing yourself to endless bounds without caring for yourself is death. That's the surprise I got. And I almost killed myself trying to serve my way through pain, suffering, and hurt. And I had to stop. So, hold on, y'all. My sister thinks I'm not eating. I had to tell her I'm coming. I wanted to get this live out of the way before we went to our next thing. So I want to go ahead and hop off here. I want to go enjoy fufu with my family before we have an event this tonight. But I just want to thank you guys for being here and remind you. One of the things what I was saying was I used to do so much and sacrifice so much of myself for others because I felt like that validated me and that made me be wanted and people wanted me more. But what happens is I was sacrificing myself to the point where I was killing myself. And when push came to shove, there was nobody to shine for me. So today I put my own oxygen mask on, and then I see if I have the energy, time, and stamina to sacrifice myself for others. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that sometimes the reason why boundaries exist is not always to keep others out. Sometimes it's to keep us in line. So sometimes you need a boundary on yourself. It's not about setting boundaries to other people. It's about setting boundaries for yourself. Have a beautiful day. My name is Coach King Lachelle Elliott. And after losing 479 pounds, I think I know a little bit about fear, faith, and starting all over again after coming from my deathbed. May these words bless you and keep you. May God show up in your life and abundantly empower you and impact you in a way like never before. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.